How are all of you guys? Wow. Okay, great. We are live. So we're live on YouTube, we're live on TikTok, we're live on Instagram. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Andrea Cox, holistic wellness and intuitive life coach. I am an intuitive healer and a detox specialist. I'm actually sweating because all this setup and the delay made me sweat. I love how I look super tan on TikTok and I look wicked pale on Instagram and YouTube. Those of you who don't know me, like I said, I am a holistic wellness and intuitive life coach. I have been in the holistic wellness movement for about 10 years now. I have detoxed celebrities and people just like you and I. I've been on the news for what I do roughly 27 times, national news, Ohio, San Diego, LA, Las Vegas, about to go on in Arizona. And just really good at what I do. Written 3 plant-based recipe books. I've been vegan for almost 24 years. I have 2 rescue dogs. I love animals, love them so much I don't put them on my plate. But I have a double mission here on earth. And that double mission is that I also am an intuitive medium. And these gifts came about when I was really young. I have 10 placements of water in my chart. That is Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, which we all know are the most intuitive signs in the zodiac. I am a Pisces sun, Scorpio moon, Scorpio rising, a Libra rising in Vedic. So I've got that protection there. And I've got Cancer in the 4th house, Cancer in Saturn, so master healer and teacher. Numerology, 9 and 33, which we know is the master healer and teacher. And also the one that sees everyone as the same. So part of my mission on this earth through the psychic attacks, the energy attacks, the jealousy and envy I've received over the years was to learn how to protect myself. And that now spreads to my clients. And it's really a beautiful thing. So everyone who works with me, whether it's holistic wellness, some of you are Mintakans. Some of you have Mintakan starseed energy. I have Mintakan starseed energy in me. It's very powerful. You are the healers, so that's why you're drawn to my energy. So you want to look up Mintakan and what that means and see if you have those characteristics. It's a very mermaidy characteristic. You might have water heavily aspected in your chart as well. I get the feeling we have some rainbow star seeds on here too. So there's certain star seeds that are here to try to throw off the healers, because they're the ones that kind of hide behind the computer screens and throw shade at the people that are trying to do good work in the world. I'm going to ask all of you to just report those comments or ignore them as they come up, because today something that's been coming up for me to talk to all of you about is the energy that we're picking up on as far as financially, the fear that's being instilled in us through the media, right? Like news and radio, and even really positive speakers. I watched Gary Vee for years. I was a huge fan of Gary Vee's, and he created an oracle deck. I was like, oh, he's gone on the marketing bandwagon. And then all of a sudden he was telling people about a month ago, he's like, this is not a time to flex. This is a time to clutch your pocketbooks. And I thought, dude, you have millions of people that look up to you that need solid advice. No, we don't want the wool pulled over our eyes, but we need solid advice. And so I don't give in to fear-based thinking. I never have, and I never will. I feel that fear-based thinking is put there by entities and demons to confuse us and to knock us off of our driven path. It is all of our innate birthright to have financial abundance, to have financial freedom, to have health, to have wellness. Of course, things happen throughout our life that kind of stray us off that path, but it is our actual birthright. So the first card that's going to come out, and this came out in the Facebook Live reading. Those of you who don't follow me on Facebook, it's Andrea Lee, Leigh Cox. Pillar of light, your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. You are the oracle. So what does this mean? Well, I've taught you guys how to raise your vibration for years. And if you want videos on that, Andrea Cox TV, there's over, I think, 2,000 recipe videos, vegan recipes, juicing recipes, emotional healing, thought processes to put in place, abundance, motivation videos. You raise your vibration 3 ways: through the food you eat and the food you abstain from, the company you keep and the company you abstain from, and your thoughts. So the thoughts are very powerful. So a lot of people come to me, and if you look at the work in the links in my bio, especially if you're on Instagram or TikTok, the work is actually something I created which protects people, protects their business, it protects their health, it protects their well-being. Thank you. And the reason I put that in place is a lot of people were coming to me like, Andrea, people are doing black magic on me. People are doing this. People are attacking my business. And I went through all of that and healed that from coming my way. There literally is an energetic block between myself and other people that try to throw shade my direction. Sure, they can leave a couple comments from a fake screen name, but my business, my money, my energy, my health, my animals, my family, my home is all protected from negativity. And in fact, when people try to throw shade my way, it immediately is sent back to them, not by me, because we don't want to return to sender anyone because that affects us, but by my guides, by my guides. This is why astrology is so important. When you're throwing shade someone's way, if you don't know that rising side, oh my gosh, beware. Someone better not be a Libra rising, not a Libra sun, a Libra rising. That is a powerful placement and one that I hold. Hyria, longing for home, homesick for the stars. Okay, so some of you are actually in this world, but you're not of this world. So it's really difficult for you to be here on your mission. Now, what does that mean? When we hold that type of energy, you are a strong empath. You have strong sympathy for things like animals and animals on the street, homeless people, children, elderly. You have a strong empathetic nature. Thank you for all the gifts on TikTok. I appreciate that. And thank you for the likes on Instagram and on YouTube and subscribes. So you're in this world, but you're not of this world. So it's harder and harder each day for you to cope here. So what do you have to do to maintain and stay here even though you may not want to? Well, just like we say, raising our vibration, sometimes lowering our vibration to deal. And what I mean by that is eating more grounding foods, more cooked foods instead of raw foods, more nuts and seeds, things like that will help you deal with a situation where you're like, man, I can't even be here. Like, I don't even want to be here anymore. Like, this is too intense for me. So those are some things you can do. Oops. So let's pull another card. So we've got some empathetic. Some of you could be a Queen of Cups like me, a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio sun sign. So you're very, very energetically sensitive. And usually that attracts very draconian, dark energy. And what is draconian? Draconians are the ones that are sent here to like try to stop the light workers from their mission, right? They're the ones that hide behind the computer screens and target people's businesses and try to throw shade at people. They're very dark, right? They're usually, yeah, I don't want to give their physical description, but oftentimes they can kind of lose their hair early. They have trouble with weight in their midsection. They can be, they're darker energies, right? Boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? So this is beautiful. So this tells me that a lot of you are suffering in codependency or relying on what others tell you to do or say you should do instead of actually getting out there and doing it yourself and making the decisions for yourself. You could be reliant on someone for money, right? That's not good, right? You have to go to the grocery store and you have to hit someone up via text or call them or go into the other room and say, honey, I need cash. I mean, that's fine if you've had like 5 kids with someone, but if you have to do that, you know, how can you build something for yourself so you don't have to be in that position? And there's no judgment here. We've all been there, myself included. I love this, you guys. You guys are getting different cards than on the Facebook Live. The Courageous Peony, multifaceted, unique nature, let yourself be seen. Okay, so this is similar to what happened on Facebook, but not exact. So on Facebook, what happened was it came out that people were being anointed with their gifts, but they were too afraid to share their gifts. Why? Because either someone had done it before them, or they felt that they weren't good enough, or they were trying too hard to emulate someone else, so it wasn't coming out like natural. So what you want to do, we are all anointed. Look into my eyes. I'm going to look in all 3 places. So I'm going to look in YouTube first. I'm going to try not to blink for 10 seconds on each one. And I'm going to tell you to look into my eyes, and you can type in the comments what you see, but we are all anointed. It is our spiritual birthright to put our gifts out into the world. And anyone who tries to stand in between you and putting your gifts out into the world will be blocked by spirit guides. I know I am heavily protected. I have seen people go to prison. I've seen people's relationships fall apart. I've seen people's health go down. I've seen people age that have tried to affect me in a negative way. I am so protected. Those spirit guides are all over. They're dancing all over the house. So 10 seconds. Ten seconds on Instagram. I feel like I have some support on Instagram for some reason. Energetically, someone's watching me that supports me, and I don't know who it is. And 10 seconds on TikTok. God, TikTok, you show the true color of my skin, and I love it over here. I look so pale on the other. Now, before we get off, I'm going to block that energy and send it back to you guys so you don't attach to my light. But what I want to tell you guys is it is our birthright to have a spiritual experience, to borrow these bodies, to come here to fulfill our mission. And so if you feel like you are energetically blocked, if you feel like you are energetically not fulfilling your mission and something standing in your way, if you really want to gung-ho, the Intuitive Life Holistic Wellness Coaching, link in my bio, or go to AndreaCox.com, fill out the questionnaire there. We can remove those blocks for you. If you feel like you're being energetically attacked, you'd want to click on the link in the bio that says the work. Okay, let's go with this one. Okay, we the Hathers, deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. Yeah, so you're supposed to be birthing creations. Some of you could even be birthing a child. That's what you're supposed to have, or adopting, or there's supposed to be a child that's supposed to enter your life, and you're getting signs from the universe. You're like, why am I getting signs from the universe? Some of you could have just had a crossed over loved one that is literally sending you sign after sign after sign. Also, birth as a portal can be creativity, the birth of something creative that you're too scared to put out there. And that it's time to go, go, go. I feel like I wanted to say sister. So some of you could have a sister pushing you, maybe from the other side or from here, or an aunt or auntie. So you're going to have, okay. So I wanted you, we have the isolation card. You're not alone. Isolation, physical connection, and community. Okay. So some of you feel like it's difficult to be around people, right? And some of you are being protected at this time because your light shines so incredibly brightly that, you know, God and your spirit guides want you around the perfect people for you. They want you in your soul group. They don't want you just hanging out and rubbing elbows or sleeping with or fraternizing with just anyone. They want you of the highest of high vibration. You know, entity attachments are very real. I'm going to be representing a parasite company heavily here on TikTok that I'll be sharing their product. But I do a lot of parasite cleansing videos in the back end members section of both Andrea Cox TV and the Detox Intuitive, because it's so vitally important to clear our bodies from parasites. Half of you are with someone either because of the toxic birth control you're on, or you've got the opposite parasite as they do. And so you're just rubbing up against the wrong person. So entity attachments are formed when someone attaches themselves to your energy. Now, I know you guys are like, well, can't someone attach themselves to our energy just, you know, by looking into our eyes? Not mine, not mine. Because of my layers of protection in the years of work I have done on myself, both physically, spiritually, emotionally, and mentally, to build myself into being someone mentally strong and powerful. No one can make an entity attachment from a lower vibrational nature to me. Now, from a higher vibrational nature, they could, but not from a low vibe nature. Now, can you form entity attachments when you sleep with someone? Yes. So exchanging saliva, just like we can get things like mono and Epstein-Barr when we exchange saliva, we can also get an entity attachment. That's why you not only want to be careful of who you're sleeping with, you want to be careful of who you're kissing, who you're sharing. You know, I never drink after someone, even if it's water. Someone's like, here, try this. I'm like, that's okay. You know, be mindful of these kind of things. These are different. Entity attachments are different than the parasites you get from your dog or you get from food. They're very dark, right? And they're meant to control, right? A lot of things put entity attachments in you. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Cracked open, rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life, big picture thinking. I'm so glad Pleiades energy came out. So a lot of you carry Pleiadian energy. And what happens when you carry Pleiadian energy is draconian and darker forces can come and try to kind of play with your mind, right? So I have a very dear friend and she reached out to me via text, like I think a week ago, and she holds a lot of Pleiadian energy, a lot of light, and she has 2 boys and she's just very high vibrational. And she said, oh my God, someone sent me this, that they had a dream about me holding snakes. And I was like, okay, detach from that person's energy because they are trying to suck the shit out of your light. Like, no, we don't allow that into our sphere, right? So, you know, you have to be mindful of that. I just signed 2 clients yesterday for my holistic wellness intuitive life coaching. It's, you know, $4,400 a piece. And then I had a woman who was hiding herself from a fake account, trying to, you know, spew darkness into my auric field by sending me a text message and, you know, saying, oh, you know, and I won't pay that and blah, blah, blah. And you've got demons around you and all that. I was like, please, you know, lady, please, right? No, you're angry because we know who you are. So, you know, you have to really learn how to protect your energy. I'm at a place now where if I get a random text message, knowing my business line is public, I can feel into that energy and that vibration of who that person is almost immediately. I know who it is. I know where they're located. I know exactly who it is, even if they're claiming to be someone else. That's a cleansed third eye, clean chakras, balanced chakras, and someone who really, really has done deep-rooted internal work as far as colon cleansing, eating a raw, high vibrating diet, and also emotional and protection work. So cracked open, rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. Okay, so some of you may feel like you've hit rock bottom. You lost your job, you need money, you're getting thrown out of a house, your place flooded, want. This is all leading you to a better place. It's all leading you to a better place. We all have problems, okay? We all do. We all have family members and animals with health problems, and we have things we're going through. But I promise you, if you will see every single thing that happens to you as happening for you, and then it's leading you to maybe put your gifts out there to earn money. You know, there's no better way to earn money until you're forced to earn money, okay? Until everything's stopped, everything's dried up, and you're forced to put your spiritual gifts out there. As long as they're from an authentic, real place, what does that mean? Well, they're not built off someone else's back. They're not gained from being like some kind of erudite that watches other people to take their knowledge and claim it as your own. That it's not coming from a place of jealousy and envy and wanting to have the gifts of someone else, so trying to emulate that. As long as your spiritual gifts are real and they're true to you and who you are and the level that you're vibrating at, those gifts will be honored and you will be paid for them. You will be paid for them. You know, I have women that come to me that, because I'm in my mid to late 40s, that are like, oh my God, I want your beauty secrets. I have women and men that come to me because they have cancer and they want to heal. I have men and women that come to me because they want more protection. I have men and women come to me because they want to be out of a codependent, toxic shit show relationship. And everyone that comes to me because I've been through, or I have what they want. And that's a beautiful place to be. So each and every one of you has something that you all have something I need, right? Maybe you guys do great nails, right? Or maybe you guys do great hair. You know, my God, I tried to cut my hair yesterday. It was horrible. Maybe you guys love to clean. You know, I'm a slob. All of us have a gift that someone else needs. It's finding those gifts and getting paid for them. And right now, the media, the news, they don't know. If you're tapping into that low vibrational entity attachment, suck you in, television, on the computer, whatever. I can't name the media channels here because I'm already censored, but if you were tapping into that low vibrational stuff, thank you for all the gifts on TikTok. And thanks for all the hearts. Let's see if we can get to, I think the most we've gotten is 40K. So if you're tapping into that low vibrational stuff, you're not going to be able to tap into your gifts. It's about cleaning out the third eye, cleansing the body. It's what we abstain from, not what we put in, right? Raising our vibration through raw living foods. Stop eating death. Stop putting death on your plate every day. Stop eating dead, decomposing animals. I'm sorry. Let me take a drink of my elixir tonic. Raw cacao, cashew milk, ashwagandha, and some Bach flower essences in here. So, you know, we all go through highs and lows, you guys, all of us. I've been dropped on my ass before too. So I'm not sitting here like I'm some privileged, you know, I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. My parents got divorced when I was 3, and my father was killed when I was 10, and no one was born with, you know, a trust fund. Okay. So let's just leave it at that. Doesn't matter what your family name is. That can be ripped out from under you. Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plans. So some of you are literally led by your grandmothers. You're literally led by your grandmothers. And I can attest to this card being my soul's truth. If any of you follow me on my Andrea Lee Cox Facebook page or my Raw Chef Andrea Instagram page where I'm heavily censored, or Andrea Cox TV on YouTube, you know that growing my own food, even though I've had challenges in that at the last place I lived, was something that my grandma LaGolda did our whole entire upbringing. It's something I learned from her, making food from scratch, making my raw food. I have raw burgers that are meat-free in the dehydrator right now with little raw onion, seasoned onion rings. This is something that was a brainchild of my grandmother's. So it just was her way of, she made everything from scratch. No, she was not vegan, but some of you are led by your grandmothers. You're here to birth a new age. You're here to get rid of your ancestral karma, your ancestral financial karma, your ancestral sexual karma, your ancestral lineage of struggle, of constant struggle. Some of you could have had ancestors that were in the Depression. And so all this shit coming up about, you know, oh my God, we're going to die as a society, and all the money's going to go away, and cost of food prices and gas prices are going to be going up more and more and more. That's to instill fear in you. That's to instill fear in you. Pillar of light. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. How many of you are feeling better just listening to these messages? You are the oracle. You're ready to go through a transformation. Things are about to change for you at a cellular level. You're about to achieve deep cellular healing. It starts from within. You know, there's times, you guys, I'm going to be honest with you, where I'll drop the fork for 2 or 3 days and I'll do a water fast, or I'll do a juice fast, or I'll only eat cantaloupe or freaking strawberries or something. You know, if I've got everybody with their hand out coming at me like I'm some kind of like bank, or like if I've got people trying to challenge me from some weird place of like jealousy and envy, or if I've got people trying to, you know, knock me off my whatever they think I'm on, which I built myself by myself, I will drop the fork, go within, cleanse my body. A cleansed body cannot be attacked energetically. I'm going to say that again because some of you need to hear this. A cleansed body cannot be attacked energetically, right? When's the last time you cleansed your colon? I feel like I'm due. I haven't been getting colonics since I've moved. It's been, I think I've gotten one in quite a few months. So definitely time for that. Star family, you're part of a team of souls. Call in support. Okay. So what I'm getting energetically, and then I'm drawn to this 3 of Pentacles card. Some of you actually don't know who that support is. You don't know who you can trust. That's for some of you. Some of you have been done dirty in the past, and you actually don't know who your star family is. You don't know who's for you and who's against you. That's a scary ass place to be. And that's where getting a reading, whether it's from me or someone else, really comes into play, specifically in Akashic record reading. Not everybody should be tapping into the Akashic records. It's not for everybody. And I'm just going to put it right there. You have a lot of people saying, oh, that's a new word I can throw around to make money off of, and they don't know what the hell they're doing. You need to get someone's help that actually knows what they're doing. So some of you are leveling up, or you're relocating, and so someone from your past is going to come back around, and that should be ignored. You're part of a team of souls. Call in support. We have the 3 of Pentacles. For some reason, I'm feeling heavy Capricorn energy on that. I don't know why. So this is kind of reaching out to me. So this came out in the Facebook Live reading, and I love this. So thanks for all this stuff on TikTok. I appreciate that. I'm not doing subscriptions on there. I'm doing subscriptions. I'm doing really well on Instagram though, and I'm shocked because I'm so censored there. Inner Earth, you'll survive this, new solutions and beginnings. So look at the beautiful, this reminds me of La Jolla Cove. Some of you could love that area. So it's like almost like through this kind of cove is the beauty on the other side. So once you guys, because I feel like we have some dark kind of draconian energy, some serpent shit on here as well, right? Because when you're full of light, you do attract darkness. Probably have some life path number 3s somewhere on here lurking in the shadows, right? Taking notes. So, hey, if I offend you, I'm sorry. So I'm actually not sorry. So I feel like you'll survive this new solutions and beginnings is once you get through, for some of you, it's jealousy and envy of someone else. You need to break that. You could have heavy Sagittarius in your chart or be jealous of a Sagittarius, or this is heavy in your chart, or Aquarius or Gemini. Some of you need to, and I say those signs because Sagittarius is coming in my head very strongly, but Geminis are the babies of the zodiac. So they sometimes have trouble processing their envy and jealousy. They never want to think it's them. And Aquarians have a tendency, Aquarian women specifically, to be very envious. Also Cancer moon people, notoriously jealous, envious, etc. Everybody points the finger at Scorpios. I feel like everybody else is jealous of the Scorpios. So I'm just saying, I have a lot of Scorpio in my chart. So some of you, all these gifts, these new solutions and beginnings come once you work through your personal issues of jealousy and envy of someone else. And that person's looking you right in the eyes saying, get over that shit, or you'll never go anywhere. Because whoever you're jealous and envious of, literally their only problem is people being jealous and envious of them. They don't look at anyone else's shit. So some of you need to work through that on your own. Others of you, if you're going through a hard time, especially if it involves a move or you need to move or things are too expensive, there's going to be new solutions. I feel like you're going to partner with someone and it's going to be, things will take off. But I feel like you need to be willing, because I feel like you're a little bit of a hothead or a hard head. I want to say hard head for some reason. I feel like you need to be able to take instruction from this person. And so if you need to digest that pill in order to do so, that pill of, swallow your ego, swallow your pride, you don't always know best. I have a really young assistant. She's like 23. She's married. She's amazing. And some of the best advice I've gotten has been from her. She's an Aquarius. She is the best. And I feel like, and I need to pay her. I need to pay her today. I owe her money. If you're watching, I tried to log into the app and I need your help. Anyway, I feel like when we swallow our pride and ego and we adopt this energy of never stop learning, it takes us to levels that are beyond, right? So I take a lot of people's advice with a grain of salt. Like the only people's advice I really listen to are my mother's, my sister's. I have one client from the past that is a freaking business genius. She's amazing. And occasionally, my assistant has some really brilliant things she says that really ring a bell to me. But everybody else, I kind of weeded out. I feel like whoever you are, you're going to be teaming up with someone in business. And if they're footing the bill financially, you need to zip it and listen and maybe take some of their advice. Deep replenishment. This came out in the Facebook Live reading. It's okay, Maverick. So retreat, rest, be held. So, we regenerate as we sleep. Okay. We literally, our cells regenerate as we sleep. And some of you could be a Pisces like I am. Pisces, we need all the sleep in the world. Okay. We can sleep 8 hours is not enough. It's more like 13 and we feel okay. I take naps during the day. If I don't get a good 8 hours of sleep in, you better believe the next night I'm in bed by like 7 and getting at least 12 hours of sleep. Sleep is where our guides send us messages through our dreams. If you aren't remembering your dreams, you need to get some blue crystals and put them around your bed or under your bed or under your pillow, or you can wear them around your neck. But it's the way we connect in our dreams. It's the way we get spiritual downloads. So, replenishment is needed. Some of you need to attend my wellness retreat. So you can find out more about that on AndreaCox.com. Let's do one more. Trust the niggle. What is that niggling feeling trying to tell you? So I get 2 intuitive downloads when I pull this card. I want to show you how dark the energy is on this card. You're right? Because there's a reason for it. So some of you, you just have a nudge. The universe is trying to tell you something. I don't like to say the universe. I say God and our ancestors. I mean, I'm sorry. The universe is great, but God and our ancestors are running this ship, man. We are steering, but they are literally in our ear, right by our side. Once people cross over, they are with us more than they are when they're here on Earth. Okay. My dog that passed over a year ago has been sending me signs literally daily with an owl outside on my window, like every day. Who else has had owls? I know one of my clients who's also a Pisces has had an owl on her patio. And my baby cousin Mika, who passed away a little over a month ago, she has been sending me symbolism in the form of people and little tarantulas that, I just found the 3rd one outside on my patio today, and they're harmless. They actually bring a lot of abundance in. So trust the niggle. So some of you are getting these signs and you're not actually listening to the signs. You're tuning the signs out completely. So it's time to actually trust your spirit guides and what they're trying to tell you. And for others of you, I feel like there's something you've done in the past that was very dark to another, and that literally you can't form an attachment to them because they've cut the cord or had someone cut the cord, but you will forever have this ruminating negative cloud over you of what you did to this person until you balance the karmic scales. And that's for some of you. You could have messed with someone's business. You could have infiltrated someone's business or their relationship or something. I'm also getting a feeling of trying to steer someone else in a different direction away from someone that they're supposed to be with. Excuse me. Excuse me. What are you doing? Okay. We don't do that. Sorry. My dog, I have persimmons that are, I'm actually in my kitchen. There's 2 fireplaces, and this one in the kitchen, I have persimmons ripening on the fireplace mantle. So yeah, so the trust the niggle is to balance the karmic scales. That's vitally important. When you do shady shit and you don't rectify that, what do you think happens? Now, how do we balance the karmic scales? Well, you can do volunteer work. You can go volunteer at an animal shelter. You can rescue a dog or a cat or an animal, save its life. Don't buy from a breeder that breeds to the problem. You can call the person and apologize and say, look, I'm sorry I did this. How can we balance this? Or I just want to apologize. You can fix the problem you actually caused. You can tell the truth in a situation. Okay, so surrender to the sweetness. So if you follow all of this and you get the help and the guidance you need, whether it's from me or someone else, you will surrender to the sweetness of life. So it's like Venus energy. Some of you could be a Venusian starseed. Venus energy, pleasure, a good life, right? But you can't be sitting there harboring jealousy, envy, anger, bitterness, hi babies, at someone else. you have to really work on that stuff deeply rooted within you. And once you do that, life will be bliss. Okay, you guys. So just going to wrap this up really quick and say that I appreciate each and every one of you being on here. I'm actually going to do another live tonight on the Detox Intuitive on YouTube. It's the Detox Intuitive. So you're watching it right here on YouTube, but those of you who are on TikTok and Instagram, hop on over and subscribe there. You can join the membership section for as little as like, I think $10. And what I'm going to be talking about tonight is our antennas on how to get our gifts. And so you'll definitely want to join the membership section over there. And others of you, hang on, you can join me on TikTok at Andrea Lee, Leigh Cox. Thank you for the follow. Facebook, I post more there than anyone else. I'm very vanilla over there. I just want to let you know because my mom's on there. I gotta keep it vanilla for the mom. It is Andrea Lee, Leigh Cox there. Raw Chef Andrea on Instagram. I'm coming, honey. It's my dogs. And also on YouTube, Andrea Cox TV for thousands of wellness recipes. Excuse me, hang on. Sorry. For thousands of wellness recipes, raw vegan recipes, juicing recipes, and detox tips, Andrea Cox TV. All the links are in my bio on TikTok and Instagram, and I'll be sharing them in the description box of this video. Be well. Bye. Maverick, why'd you do that? Maverick, why'd you